Right. We start.
Why not? From the
the
high-tech tall ship that's 111 years old. How cool is this?
It's cool. So we're walking down the main part of the fore ship. And we're going to go and see if the captain is there. I don't know if he is there, but we're going to have a look in his saloon. This is the captain's saloon. And here is the captain.
Hey, Captain, sir.
So this is Captain Jens Jekken.
Yes.
A pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So I can turn him around. How do you want to do this, David?
That's fine.
Okay,
I mean, it'd be nice to see his face, but
how does that work?
That's great. How's?
Here we are.
There we go. There you are.
So maybe you want to just fire a few questions then.
Well, first off, thank you so much for doing this. This is amazing. I can't believe we're actually able to pull this off. Maybe you could just explain to people sort of who you are and what you've been doing with this fantastic old vessel.
Well, my name is Jens Joachim Hjort. I'm captain on Statsraad Lehmkuhl now for 9 years. And what have we been doing with this?
What haven't you been doing?
Yeah, exactly. No, well, it all started off really, I would say 9 years ago. We started talking about, me and a few others, most importantly, the director of the foundation running the ship. We started talking about, wouldn't it be nice to take this ship around the world? And sustainability, climate change, all these things were very much part of the news picture already back then in 16. And so we figured if we're going to sail around the world, we might as well. Would be even more fun if we sort of have a good cause.
Yeah.
And we needed partners, so we started talking around. We got hooked up with Norwegian Marine Research Institute, University of Bergen, Bjerknes, several of the heavy weighters in Norway. And then we started, they put on board, for the first expedition, they put on board lots of research equipment, which weren't as state-of-the-art as the ones that we have now.
Right.
That first expedition went on for 20 months, but when we started planning this one, we decided, after talking with, for instance, Greg, and we decided to up it a little bit, and so we've invested in lots of equipment, like the most obvious, most visible one is we now got a big, at least I think it's big, because you have to remember this is a beautiful old ship. It's 111 years old, beautiful old.
Yeah.
And research equipment, modern research equipment, can do wonderful things, but it's not beautiful to look at, not from my perspective. So for me, it's a big winch out there at the main deck.
Yeah.
Nice little cover over it when we're not using it.
Right.
And
so it blends in better.
Installed some extra davits on the ship's side, and we have the CTD Rosetta with 12 bottles. So you can do the proper CTD sampling, and we got a ferry box doing water sampling as we go, and doing microplastic samples. Got a I would say fairly proper weather station as well.
Weather station.
Yeah. And
We
the ferry box is this system of tubes that you've got that allows you to take samples. Am I got that right?
Take in water as we go along, and we got I forgot to mention the big fish.
Yep.
Yeah. We got the ADCP sounder.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
sounder. It's pretty
yeah,
cool. It's pretty well equipped now.
Yeah.
But I can take you around, David, now on the phone.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Look, thank you so much. I just a quick question for you. What's it like piloting a 111-year-old ship with all this high tech on it? I mean, there's got to be. I mean, how do you get all this stuff onto a boat that was obviously not designed for something like this?
It's been a challenge to integrate everything. But I think that the good thing, everything is doable, and the good thing about doing it on board this ship, except from, I mean, one very good thing is with the acoustics, since our own noise footprint is it's quite low.
Right,
so
of course, yeah.
Big advantage of doing it is on a tall ship, but I would say the biggest advantage of taking on board young students. The researchers, scientists to be taking them on board here is that they are living very closely together, and they have to sort of figure things out in between them, and disagreements. They have to figure things out.
Do they have to come to the captain to solve the stuff? Do you have to sort of settle some of this stuff?
I would say it's a super platform, the best platform for team building, and the networking part as well. I mean, the students from all around the world, and these brains are gonna have to work together in the future as well. And once they've had this experience together on board Statsraad Lehmkuhl, hopefully it will be a lot easier to pick up the phone and call your former shipmate and now colleague in another country to make things happen. So that's a wonderful and very much important part of it. So it's like we say, not only the science we need for the ocean we want, but also the people we need.
And what an inspiring way to get them into it. That's fantastic.
Come on then, let's go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Onwards, David. So I'm going to put you back on this camera. Do you mind if we have a quick scan of your saloon? So this is the captain's saloon. It's actually the captain who is it's his office, but it's also the poshest place on the ship.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. This is boardroom stuff in here. And if I walk down here, you can see the main table. The table at the head is reserved for only, and that is the captain. Nobody else sits there.
Right.
Tried once, and it didn't last very long.
Craig, you haven't tried to sneak in and sit in the chair at any point?
Yeah, but I got caught. Right. Let's go on deck. So here we're going up the back, and we're going to go out onto the stern of the ship.
Let's see if I can. Here we go.
So here we are in beautiful Iceland.
Wow.
With Statsraad Lehmkuhl. And now you're looking on the very stern of the ship.
Wow.
And I'll turn around and you can see the true joy of what we're dealing with here.
Wow.
It is very big.
That is gorgeous.
I can't really get much more in there.
Yeah, you need a bigger camera. You're going to need a bigger camera. That's amazing.
But I mean, the students themselves are climbing up this rig, setting sails and taking them down. It's about, I think it's 43 meters to the top of the main mast.
Wow.
And
how many students do you have there? Or how many guests do you have on board at a time?
We can do up to 120. We've got 50 students and 17 lecturers on board at the moment.
Oh, wow. So there's plenty of space then. That's great.
Well, you'll see in a minute, not necessarily.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Never mind. I spoke too soon.
all these ropes are used, and really you start towards the back. You come to the top sails, and at the front is the back is the lower sails, and the top is the forward is the top sail.
Right. I think
That's
you
how
need to
you
hold the
remember.
phone up just a little. Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit more. Yeah, that's great.
So everybody gets to work on the sail set. Everybody also gets to steer the boat.
Oh, really?
This is the ship. I'll walk around it, and then you can go and stand by it. It's quite big, and it's very. She's a very interesting boat to steer, actually. You have two things to steer by. You actually have the compass itself,
Right.
which is, and then you have this thing which is setting the rudder angle. So you're forever trying to balance those two things. So you're sitting here, and the view out front is that,
Wow.
and you really are piloting the boat. So
Right.
it's quite impressive. It's really impressive. Of course, we have modern day equipment as well, but the ship is still steered, and it's steered from the wheelhouse, which is here.
Right. And that's a conscious effort. Like it wasn't. You don't need to have anything more fancy than what was there originally, basically. Or
Yeah, it's a conscious effort.
Yeah.
So this is the bridge. Can I come in, guys? This is Natasha, who's a chief science officer. And she's actually fixing an anemometer, I think.
Oh,
Here at the
fantastic.
moment, which is now working properly.
So a little
We're
tech
super happy.
support while you're in at land.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
there's,
Hi there. How you doing?
So she's put in the waypoints for our voyage starting tomorrow. We leave. What time are we leaving? 2 still.
Yeah, I think it's 2. It depends on the weather. Probably at 2.
Okay,
That's our plan.
which is pretty cool. So
I guess you've got to be kind of relaxed about it because it's got to be, you just go when the weather lets you, I guess.
As long as we go with the weather, everything is fine. Wait a moment, we have to put.
This
we
one.
will wait for them. No, that's okay. You can put it back.
Okay.
Yeah, I just was thinking about the SD card, but
Yeah. Is it in or out?
no, it's in because I took these screws out. So now it's not really secure. We can move it,
Okay.
but we have to be able to move it to take in and out the SD card. So if we don't need the SD card, we can.
Normal stuff, David.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I feel like I'm like a spy in the house of cool here.
So we can take it out when they leave. If it's all fine.
So what we have here is modern technology and robust.
I think we need to
technology.
put those back.
Today?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's from the back.
Yes.
Oh wow. So there really is a lot of retrofitted stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
No, as long as we go with the weather, everything should be good. But if we have to go towards it, it's not so nice to be on.
Right.
Then
Right.
whatever.
It's really horrible to be on board.
Is it really? Did you get
Well,
your
you
sea
just-
legs quickly, Craig? You manage to?
I'm okay, but some others are not. We'll have some casualties coming up, I would imagine, in the next couple of days. If you look at the weather forecast afterwards, you'll see what Reykjavik tomorrow. Quite
Yeah.
big.
Right.
It
Right.
should-
Is that
But yeah,
something
this is-
one gets over? I mean, is that like the motion sickness side of it? I mean, is that's something that people will get over?
Yeah. I mean, seasickness we get over normally 1 or 2 days.
Wow.
Some people don't. We had one guy on board, he was on seasick for a week and a bit. So it can be pretty tough on some people. But most people, 2 days. I mean, they feel pretty, but they can get through it.
But once they get through it, they're all right. It's all right.
Mostly okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, continue the tour.
Yes.
Radio room. So this is where the radio sits. And obviously modern days now is all computer based.
Right.
So
Right.
proper VHF system here.
So you've
Big
got a
red
radio system to fall back on if you lose your digital.
It's a classic VHF system.
Yeah.
So there, I think it's not to fall back on. I think the computers we fall back on.
Oh, really?
Radio.
Oh, okay. Okay. Huh.
Same thing. Okay, let's keep going. All right.
How are they powering all of this?
sail.
No.
There is a small generator board as well. There's an electric generator.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, because there's a lot of electricity, surely, that you're using.
Yeah, there's a small diesel electric. I don't think I can get you down there.
Right.
I can get you close.
Oh, wow.
There you're looking into the bowels of the ship, and you can
Wow.
hear the diesel jennies going now.
Wow. That is a huge ship.
Yeah, you can just see the cylinder heads on the engine at the bottom there with the big
Oh,
screws.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just regular diesel? You just use regular diesel for that?
I believe so. I think clean green diesel, whatever that is.
Oh,
It's
good,
quite
good,
warm.
good. Yeah.
So if you're cold, you can put your hands here and warm up.
Right.
So
Sounds like the voice of experience.
This is the ship's bell, which is actually the clock. And so this rings 2 dings at the we work on a 4 on 8 off watch system.
Mm.
So at the start of every watch, you get 2 dings,
Right.
and then every half an hour you get an extra ding. So it's ding ding, ding ding ding, ding 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 ding, and it goes on. So you live your life by the bell.
Yeah. I can
You're
imagine.
living on. Now we've got a canopy up now because it's obviously a bit wet today in Iceland.
Right.
But not too bad. We had a meeting with the Norwegian ambassador to Iceland.
Oh, great. Yeah, you got to get a tent up for them.
Yeah, so we had to have a tent up here for speeches and shanties and goodness knows what. So that was quite good fun.
They were sea shanties?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did a sea shanty. Yeah. All the way in Normandy, either way. So we had good fun.
How long have you been out there now, Craig?
We've been out for about 15 days, 16 days.
Wow. And you're loving every second of it by the sound of it.
Training students and helping them to become brilliant people is what this is all about.
Yeah.
So, cool.
That's
This is,
great.
now you're looking into the galley. This is where all the food's made.
Oh, wow. That is spotless. I'm impressed.
Hello.
Oh, thank you.
Have a look around your galley.
Thank you very much.
You want to say a few words? This is David. David Hooked.
Hello, my name is Christopher.
Hello, Christopher.
How do you want to do it, David? Do you want to look at Christopher or do you want to look at the galley?
Whatever you got. I mean, the galley maybe is that, no offense to Christopher, but I just feel bad for Christopher having the camera stuck in his face. Wow. So this has got to be a hive of activity. How many people are you feeding right now?
Today it's around 50, 60, around that.
Yeah.
But normally around 130, I guess.
It's 130. Yeah.
130 people. Boy, that's like our movie sets, except you're actually moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, I'm just going to take you a little way over here. Look what's for tonight.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at that.
We have a welcome party for the new people that arrived, so we've got pizzas tonight. So
It's a pizza night. That's what we do whenever my wife leaves the country. We just start having a lot of pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're ready to go.
And
we have a lot of pizza coming.
Right. Yeah. That's a lot of pizza.
I guess you do most of the cooking on this pan, this big one.
Actually, this one.
This one.
Yeah.
And are you having to prepare special things for different people and different requirements and stuff, or are you just basically?
It is automatic. Whoa!
Wow. It is absolutely spotless. I can't get over how incredibly well kept that is.
Well, you don't want to get ill when you're on board. Because
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. So.
500,000.
Really?
How much is that?
So you just chuck it all in there and cook it. Brilliant.
Wow, that's great.
Oh.
Are there any go-to special any special meals? You got any specialties there we should know about?
We do everything. We make everything.
Everything. really well. It's
Oh
you know,
wow!
we get food. We get 3 really good meals a day. Highlight of the week for me is still bacon and egg.
Oh
Bacon,
yeah, the classic breakfast.
everybody
There you
loves
go.
it. Can't beat that. And porridge is good. And it's really good. The food here is absolutely spectacular. It's really
Oh,
great.
fantastic.
Okay, well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the tour. I wish I was there. That looks delicious. I'm getting hungry just watching.
Ciao. Yeah, so they start very early in the morning. And
What time is breakfast? What time do they have you down for breakfast?
7:30 till 8 for breakfast.
Oh wow, so it's pretty. Oh hey, is that the ferry? What did you call it?
This is the CTD, the conductivity, temperature, and depth sensor.
Oh, nice.
Here we've got, and that's this thing here. This is the device.
Right.
We have a sensor on there and a turbidity meter, a photosynthetically active radiation sensor to look at the light field going into the ocean.
Right.
And each one of the grey numbered bottles is called a Niskin bottle. And what you can do is you can cock them. I'll try and show you a bit better. You can cock these bottles like this. Okay.
Right.
So now makes a hole, and as this thing goes down, the seawater passes through the bottle. And at a relevant depth that we want to take a water sample, we fire this bottle, and it closes like that. And
great.
Water sample.
And you got your water sample at exactly the level you wanted. That's great.
And that's the big thing here. So this is really, really nice piece of equipment. It's a small version. I mean, some of these are huge in comparison. In fact, there's some bottles here which are much, much bigger for more traditional version.
But you're not dragging that. You're lowering that off with the crane, right?
Vertically down into the yeah. And in fact, the winch that the captain was talking about is back on main deck.
Yeah.
And you notice he wanted it hidden. So it's got its little cover off at the moment. But the winch...
They don't want your big, ugly science tech messing up the deck of the ship.
Here is the big, ugly science winch.
Well, there you go.
But it's hidden within these seats.
Right.
So that nobody knows it's actually there. And you can see here the winch cable comes out. And it goes up onto this big block which sits here. And then we can take it out onto the side of the ship through one of these derricks here. It goes over the side on that. So it's kind of like a weirdo traditional way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Way that normally you'd have a crane, and they didn't want to use a crane because that's not in keeping with the ship.
And so there are historical things to consider on this as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't want to change this thing. So
it's 100. It's getting up there. I guess it's a little piece of history itself.
This is where you can put all your pegs for holding ropes at different places.
Right.
I mean, you're very salty. Sort of.
Oh wow! Look at that. You got like wooden cleats and things. That's amazing.
Yeah, on a bar. And the same here for some of the bigger pulleys. I mean, just to give you some scale.
Yeah. That is insane.
It's not kind of like the one you get at home on your yacht.
Yeah.
The new one. There's my boot. These are big pieces of kit.
Mm-hmm.
And again, ropes for the foremast.
God, man, that is like some serious cable management. That's
yeah. If we go up, you'll see.
You going up there?
Oh yeah, the students and everybody goes up there. I can't go up there this time because I've got a bad knee.
Right.
Fortunately. But you can see how steep it is.
I would be terrified to watch you try to climb that with holding a camera phone at the same time. I feel like I was just asking for trouble. Yeah, the Voyage was no problem. It was once he started doing his live streams, once he became an influencer, that's when it really fell apart.
So we're now coming up to the very bow of the ship, and then I'll go ashore from the outside for you as well. After showing you what's down. So we can go right to the very end and sit on the very end of that, actually.
Ah, that's great.
Really cool. And then, of course, you're looking over into the sea itself.
That has got to be so beautiful when the ship is out there moving.
One of our 2 anchors.
Look at the anchor. Wow.
It's big, huh?
Yeah.
You get a bit more of a spectacle of what she's like here.
God. I just can't get over how much of it. I guess it's silly of me, but I how much of it's actually wood. Like I guess I just thought it would be more, modernized somehow. But
Well, she's steel hulled.
it is.
And
Oh,
she's got
okay.
beautiful teak deck,
Mm.
which is very nice and easy to clean, and it
Right.
weathers well. I mean, earlier, a week and a half ago, this was covered in snow and ice.
Isn't
We
it
were
slippery?
literally-
Isn't the wood slippery though?
Yeah, but you have to clean the snow off. The only problem is that the snow was coming down as fast as you could clean it off.
Right.
That was kind of an interesting game that we were all playing. Who can get the most snow off the deck?
Right. An exhausting game, but yeah.
Can I show these guys the anchor chain?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Here we go. And here, this is this is more getting into the nitty gritty of the ship now.
Oh wow. Okay. Look at that. All right.
You can't afford not to have things with you. So this is the engineering
Hey.
store.
Yeah, you got like your own maker space.
Yeah, and then this is where we bring the anchor chain in.
Oh wow.
A big winch here. Just make my way around. Yeah. Okay, wet paint.
That is insane. What is powering that? Like that's the diesel engine's got to move that thing?
Yeah. That's all electric diesel engines, yeah. The capstan's
Wow.
there. This is hydraulic. You can see the hydraulic part.
Yeah. Wow.
Rope store for the motion down there.
Wow.
All pretty old and sulky, but I'm trying to get to. Dare I go over the wet paint? Yeah, I'm going to
Could just see. We'll be able to see your tour just by the footprints throughout the ship.
There. I'm going into one of the laundries. One laundry.
Wow.
The laundry here.
God,
And
I
then
didn't
this
even, of course, I didn't even think about that, but you got to have all that infrastructure as well.
Absolutely. And then in here, the most beautiful workshop
Yeah.
is the
Wow.
carpet. Talk about a maker space.
Yeah.
This is super nice.
I guess that's also the advantage of working with a lot of wood stuff too. I guess is you can actually make it, fix it, customize it.
Well, yeah, you have to. I mean, we have to do a lot of work here just to keep things going.
Mm-hmm.
Harnesses for climbing up in the rig.
Right.
Which is important.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're not going on the rig without. Look at that. I guess you're not going up in the rig without harnesses. I'm guessing.
No.
It's not like the old days.
No. I mean, it was like that a couple of years ago, but it's all safety harness now.
Yeah.
There's,
Oh wow. Yeah. No kidding.
This is the climbing locker, if you like. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
We're just getting there. Now, if I go off, David,
Yeah.
I will just come upstairs. and
Okay.
reconnect.
All right. Oh, very good. Okay.
So in we go to what we call the four-banya. This is where we eat, and this is where we're doing science work.
Oh,
Here's
great.
Paola.
Hey, how are you?
Nice.
That's where you were trying to hide.
Yeah, I've been hiding here.
Nice to meet you,
The most
Pablo.
silent place at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from Craig's YouTubing.
So here's the
Yes.
Oh,
Rita. We're just live on a podcast with David Hewitt. I mean, maybe you want to say a few words. What goes on down here?
no pressure.
It was very nice to hear you, Craig, actually.
Oh, okay.
And, yes, very nice speech and song.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I've
Oh.
been singing a bit.
Yes, it was really nice. And being with the students, what they're doing. It
Yeah.
was very nice to.
So David's here. You just say, I've got you on camera, so you just say hello to
Hello.
him.
Hello.
So Rita's really looking after us all here in terms of food and coffee and tea.
Right. Oh, fantastic. Oh, look at that. God, I'm gonna leave this tour hungry.
Yeah. So you got a question for Rita while she's here?
Yeah. So Rita, what are you? So you're having to keep everyone fed and watered for the entire duration?
You have to keep everybody fed. For the,
Yes, exactly. It's my mission in the boat.
Hey, Craig, can you lift the camera up just a little bit? There we go. Now I can actually see you. That's fantastic. So are you having to do the baking and stuff yourself, or is this coming out of the kitchen we saw?
No, it comes from the kitchen. We have a chef, and now I just help him. Sometimes I help, but it's mostly to serve the food and to do everything in order here in the restaurant.
What's your
We're a
favorite?
good bad bunch.
So, yeah, a very nice bunch. Really.
Yeah. And what's what's your favorite food? What's your favorite one? Your favorite treat for them?
Oh, I like so much. But I enjoy the food very much here, actually.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
really
Craig's been
good.
going on about it.
Yes, it's good. So you have to come here and try to sail and eat our food and everything.
In a second. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to get my sea legs.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks for feeding everybody. Yeah.
So everybody on the ship, we have very strict separation
Yep.
because of the moral regulations
Mm-hmm.
between different components, glass, metal, plastics.
Mm.
And this is why. So the regulations there for disposal of waste at sea, very, very important for us.
Do you actually have to? So you actually have to toss some stuff at sea?
There's some things that are allowed to go out, which are not dangerous, not bad for the environment.
Right,
but most of them are on board. Anything that's got of any risk in any description, we keep on board.
So you'll just store it until it's over, basically.
I'm sure.
Oh wow,
This
what's
is kind of
this?
like a bit of a science hub here. This is where we're working with Yoni Johansson.
Hello, hello.
Scientist.
I'm getting the tour.
Yeah. This is David Hewlett from Stargate. We're doing a live podcast of what it's like to be on the ship. So this is where we're
Craig's being a
actually doing-
YouTuber.
Yeah, YouTubing. So this is where we do most of our planning, if you like, for
Oh, wow.
science side, called the Ocean Virtual Lab.
Oh,
Can you
wow.
drive it a bit? So we're able to bring satellite images up into the ship. And we can look here. We've got a trajectory of drifting buoys, and we're looking at an image now from today from one of ESA's ocean color satellites, the Sentinel-3 Ocean Color land imager.
Wow.
So it's really, really amazing amount of biomass in the water, all the red stuff, which we managed to sample on the way north of Iceland.
And this could be a problem, right? Is that a warming issue?
Well, no, it's a regular occurrence in the spring.
Oh, so it's okay. All right. I see the red. It just seems like danger to me.
For us, it's a lot. Red is a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. Got it. Okay.
We just have a lot here. So it's been actually fascinating. The nets that we brought up from the ocean have been absolutely saturated.
Oh, good.
So it's kind of at the limit of what the biologists can handle in terms of filtering and processing, to be absolutely honest. Some of them are going, we've never seen anything like this before. This is so big. Whoa. And, for the students, they read about this, but to actually go and do it and see it for real, really, really amazing.
That's fantastic.
So we still maintain a real chart of our own for posterity.
Are you actually using that, or is that just like is that
No,
like?
we're marking it up with the main aspects.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
It's kind of an important record for us.
Right.
And then to the aft banyo, which is where everybody sleeps.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're literally sleeping in hammocks?
Everybody's in hammock.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Look at that, huh?
I guess it's efficient. I imagine it's fairly comfortable.
It's pretty comfortable. And you sort of tie it up like this when you're finished.
Right.
Okay. But it is. I mean, when it's full, everybody's back to back. So when you move, all of your companions move.
Right.
Because tightly together. Yeah.
Wow.
But they're quite nice. They're pretty nice, and I'm very, very comfy. So I think it's it was designed from a purely practical perspective.
Right. Hey, it works. Why change it?
More laundry. Because you need more laundry. Toilets. I don't think you need to see that.
No, it's okay. I can pass on that. Yeah.
Pass on the toilet. Very interesting, man. This is one of my science labs here, and these guys are just re-terminating a cable. Just here.
Oh, very good.
The cable together, and some of our instruments are in this room, so it's all a bit messy, but there's a lot of pipes.
It's a good mess. A good mess.
This one looks cool. This one's a centrifuge for microplastics and DNA, I think.
Ah, right. Of course.
Yeah. That's what I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. That's quite heavy, though, so we have to be careful when we handle that.
Right.
Okay. Right, let's go off the ship and then walk a little bit along the quayside. And hopefully that will put everything into perspective.
Yeah, seriously, it's fantastic. Oh, Craig,
Oh,
this
here
is
we go.
this is amazing. This is just This is
But it's
fantastic.
different.
It really is. Yeah. I mean, I just love seeing the science
Rudy and
in action.
Rudy and Gregoire. Rudy's our filmmaker.
Hello.
Hello, hey.
Stargate.
Okay.
What do you
Hey, this guy is downstairs. This guy is downstairs.
Yeah, he's downstairs. He's supposed to be. So these guys have been doing videos of everything that's been going on.
If you could lift the camera up just a little bit, Craig, I can see
There you
their
go,
faces.
there.
Hey, there you go. Now I can see your faces. Other than there you go.
This is filming of the filmers.
Ah, there you go.
So Rudy's actually from Hawaii. He's been
Oh,
working.
fantastic. I was married in Hawaii. Lovely place.
Gotta go.
He's on the phone to somebody. He's on the phone to
Oh, he's on the phone. Oh, I see.
Right, down the gangway. This is where I dropped my phone.
I was waiting for you to drop it over the netting at the front of the ship there. Yeah.
I've done. Then now we come off the ship. Down the gangway.
So were you just stopping? Were you stopping not for so much for supplies as you were for the networking side of stuff? Is that right?
We're stopping for a rest.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I'm just going to walk up here and take pictures, but I'm not getting off.
That's
So
fine.
give me a picture.
Oh, is that how they track everyone?
Yes, we need to know who's on board and who's got off.
Oh, that's cool. So you've got a little box system for that?
Go to the pegboard.
The pegboard, yeah.
How you get in and that's how you get in and off the ship. And we've all got a number. So I was room 101. Now I'm 30. I don't know what that means.
You've been demoted. It was I guess your singing wasn't good.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. So here we are in Iceland. And start to turn around and you get a feeling of how big the ship actually is.
Yeah, I just can't believe that's how we used to get around all the time. Like that was our only option.
This was it.
Mm.
You got the full ship now, I think. Yeah. So you can see the bowsprit we were up that before. And of course she's got this cutter front end, which makes it fast, and you can see she was in refit earlier this last year. And there was panels put in and some new equipment was put in.
Did you get into any ice or anything? Is there any of that, or is it all just?
Oh, she's going to go through the Northwest Passage.
Hey, that's near us. Yeah. Well,
in summer
near us
next year.
Yeah, because that's actually passable now, right?
Yes, and that's the idea, to take a full ship through like this. Basically to make the point that it can go through, which is not a good sign for climate change.
Right, yeah, because you never used to be able to, did you?
No, I mean, Nansen locked himself into the ice and drifted and all the rest of it.
There are some horrific tales of that, aren't there? Yeah, just...
Absolutely.
Oh.
So there you go. I hope that was an interesting and useful tour.
Oh my God, that was fantastic.
The other end of the ship.
Do you want to, if you flip the camera, we can get a shot of you and the ship.
Sure. There you go. I have to walk past it though. I can walk backwards.
There you go. Look at that. There you go. See, fantastic.
Yeah. So we've got quite a nice journey coming up now.
Yeah.
Got about 28 days at sea. We'll have some rougher weather up top, and then we'll have some better weather as we get to Nice.
Right.
When we have the Nations Ocean Conference.
Yeah. How long does the conference for?
Well, the conference is it's an intergovernmental conference with the United States. So it'll take about a week, but there's lots of side events before and during. So while we can't get into the intergovernmental because, of course, we're not affiliated to a particular government, we can participate in the side events. So that's quite. There'll be a lot of science discussions about, the science we need for the ocean we want, and the people we need for the ocean we want, as the captain said. It's very important we train the future generation of ocean scientists to do a good job, and that means teamwork. It means coping with things that aren't particularly ideal,
Right.
and finding innovative solutions to solve problems.
Right.
And I mean, that's what this is all about. It's about being able to climb the top of the mast there, set the sails, and be on deck again an hour and a half later, and start to work with scientific instruments and work with other scientists to solve problems about, well, what have we seen now from space? What does that mean? How is that? So it's really cool.
Any big surprises? Any sort of highlights? What? I mean, I know it's only been 15 days. You got the big stretch coming up, but any thoughts?
I think the biological highlight so far has been that actually being able to sail through and sample through a big kind of like spring bloom, if you like, above. You know, the spring bloom doesn't really exist. The ocean's always blooming in some place or another, but that's sort of what it's called.
Right.
Just the richness of the phytoplankton and the zooplankton, and when you see them under the microscope, they're just unbelievable. And yet that's the base of the food chain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Single cellular organisms are really driving everything, and they're controlling so much. So that's fascinating. I mean, I don't do too much biology myself, and I'm using this time to work with the biology students who've got everything. I mean, they've really got, you know, some of the microscopes we've got are just fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When they're able to photograph the succession of the different species and the composition of the communities within the water at different stations removed along the voyage, and that will continue to change all the way into Nice.
Right.
I mean, we had ocean temperatures of 0.5 to 1 degree from water that was coming down the east coast of Greenland.
Wow.
And with Norwegian Sea and Atlantic West Wind Drift water up around the top of Iceland. So super fascinating area.
And you're able to track that based on, you can see that from satellites, you can see that from existing sensors, and you're dropping sensors as well as you go. Is that, are you dropping the buoy?
I mean, we're dropping wave drifters, so we can actually, they're wave enabled drifters. So the drifters gives us the trajectory of the ocean currents and the wind, that balance between the two forces. And then on top of that, we're measuring through the roll pitch and tilt of those sensors.
Right.
So we can look at what the waves are doing. So
God, that's so much data. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice. And that all comes back via satellite, so we can log it on the ship in real time once we've deployed them. So they're really cool. They're really fun. And we've been putting some things in. Remember, I think we talked about the Argo floats.
The ones that sink and come back up again. Yeah.
So we've just put one of those in into the ocean, and we'll put another one in as we get close to Gibraltar. And they're biology sampling enabled floats this time. So we've got a few more sensors, which are really cool. And there's a wonderful student there called Luandras who put one in. There's a neat little article on the web and the ESA blog of Lou and some of the words that she had, because I mean, for a student putting one of these, they're 100,000 euros a pop. So this is deploying it from a ship like this in the right place at the right time. You know,
I watched a video of a young woman setting up a bunch of stuff and then having it dropped off the side, and you could see she was like palpably, Was that her? Yeah.
That was our student. She did a wonderful job. And we all signed this float. It got special artwork that was attached to the side of it for the United Nations Ocean Conference.
Oh, great. Oh, that's fantastic.
Are you following that float? It's ours now, if you like.
Right. Well, you're on it. You've signed it now. You're leaving ocean merch around. I'm assuming there must be just like a waiting list to get on this. People have got to be just dying to get onto this thing.
You can join in different ways. I mean, we had an open call for students to compete to get a place. A lot of subscriptions.
Right.
And we selected the best out of that.
And what are they competing with? They're competing with ideas for projects to do while they're on there?
Yeah, I mean, background, vision, commitment, what their personal motivational goals are,
right?
Who they are, how they see their time on board,
right?
And the application range from I've never been on a ship, all the way through to sort of, why do you want to come? Well, this is what I need to do. I've got X, Y, and Z in my PhD, and it's all working.
Wow. And that happens every year. You're doing that.
That does, but you can also purchase tickets to go on the ship. So it's an open voyage. So we have citizen scientists. We had 43 people who purchased tickets, and they're paying to be part of the science.
Oh wow!
So They're and the ship's running all the time with places that can be purchased on their website.
I
So
saw.
anybody
Oh
can
yeah, great. Oh wow. Okay. All right.
It's really an open. I mean, it's a sustainable thing, so they don't overcharge. They just charge you for what you're using,
Mm.
and I think it's a really nice way to keep the foundation moving and mixing science with people.
Yeah.
Because communication is the main thing, right? You can be a scientist, but if you can't communicate, what use are you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I
So
love
we-
the idea
we-
of mixing scientists and people with money. That's a great combo. I like that already.
Well, that's also
yeah,
a nice
yeah,
combo.
yeah,
But not that all these people have a lot of money. I mean, they're just here for the passion of it all.
yeah, yeah.
The crew as well. The crew are just fantastic. I mean, they're all passionately interested in the ocean. So we give the crew lectures every other night on topics that they say they want to hear about. You know, why is, you know, it can range from why is the ocean blue to, you know, can you tell us more about the phytoplankton that we were looking at today? Why are they long and thin or fat and shiny, or, you know, how does an ocean circulation work? So we went with them, and we have lectures on board with the students as well. So it's a full packed program.
So it's basically like a floating university.
Yes.
That's amazing. Oh,
It
that's
is a mini-
fantastic. I was talking to a bunch of university students, fourth year university students last year, biology. We were using escape puzzles to learn to teach biological processes and stuff. And I'm absolutely sending them your way because they are just the coolest bunch of people doing some really neat stuff. So yeah, this sounds like an amazing. This is a puzzle adventure unto itself. It's amazing.
I'm going to turn my camera off because my battery's running down a bit. And
Okay.
I'll hand you over to the phone, yeah?
Of course,
and I'll
fantastic.
Make my way back onto the ship and find a place to charge my phone. It's cold. Yeah?
Well,
So I
thank
think
you
the
so
battery's
much.
getting
Yes.
cold.
Yes. Stay warm. Stay warm. Fantastic. Thank you, Craig.
Catch you in a little bit.
Fantastic. Okay. Cheers. He's our man on the scene. How are you, Pablo?
Hello. Very good. Very good.
So what is your role? What is your role with all of this?
So basically, well, I'm right now an astronaut in training.
Oh my God!
Training for the yeah.
Well, wait a second. Well, what are you doing why are you on a 111-year-old tall ship then?
Well, I think this. First of all, we are ambassadors for ESA and for what we do, right? So part of our role is also to inspire next generation. And once you are in space, like 75% of what you see is basically the oceans when you are in the space station. So the more I learn about it now, the more I'll be able to communicate later on.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But wait a second. But are you allowed to eat all that great food though? Like, aren't you supposed to be like in training and getting ready to get up there? I mean, that food looks too good for astronauts.
I think, yeah. I think you get some similarities, like maybe the motion sickness for the first couple of days. When you go to space, you also get that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Really?
Comparable, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You get the space sickness. And,
did you get that? Did you have that?
Quite bad. I haven't been into space, so I'm training. I will go hopefully within the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, around half of the people who've been in space got that, and it's very, very bad.
Yeah, seriously. How did you find the boat? Did you have any motion sickness for that?
Yeah, I have just joined today in Iceland, so I'll be here for the next 30 days. So far, I'm fine. I'm at the port, but we are expecting heavy weather for the next couple of days.
Oh, man, that's right. And you got to represent the astronauts, so, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everyone has very high expectations of you, right? Like, you kind of get sick or whatever, and we're just human. So,
right. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything specifically that you're there to focus on? Is there any particular area of interest that you have to be on the ship with?
So honestly, everything related to the ocean. I really want to learn, as I said, to be able to communicate later. So I don't know what is here for me to learn, but I know it's a lot because I'm surrounded by experts. But it's also a point of, like a human behavior and expedition experience of being isolated, being not comfortable, making things up as you go. Like, there's always problems that you need to solve. There's a nice leadership experience that you can get out of it, or followership, because when you are in a crew, sometimes you need to follow, sometimes you may need to lead. So it's, I think it's very interesting.
So
to get a lot out of it.
You'll be here for the next leg of the journey then. Did you join at this?
That's it.
So you joined today?
I'll be. Yeah.
Oh wow!
I have this boat, the boat like recently, so I'm discovering it almost at the same time as you.
It's what an amazing thing though, because you could be you're looking at the data coming down from the satellites about the ocean, and then and from the ocean, you're then going to be up in space looking down at the same thing again. That's got to be amazing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I think being able to join all the three worlds at some point, so human view, the satellite view, and the satellite the knowledge you have from the sea when you're here, I think it can be very very powerful and very very inspiring also.
Yeah. So do you have a background at all in any? Do you have any biology background? Where are your sort of areas
No,
of?
not at all. Like I'm an aerospace engineer, and
You
that's the
are
thing when you become
seriously out of your element. You are.
Totally. But when you become an astronaut, you need to master so many skills. Like I've been training for the past 2 years and a half, and I had training in biology, geology, all kind of geoscience, orbital mechanics, astrophysics, physics. I had to learn Russian.
What? You have to learn Russian, really?
Yeah. Still half of the ISS, the International Space Station, is Russian, so you need to have a basic, well, Russian knowledge in order to be qualified to go up there.
See, that alone would get that alone would be hard enough for me.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. So it's a very complete training, medical training, of course. Because up there you are the doctor. Up there if the toilet's broken, you need to fix it. If electricity, whatever, you have a problem, you need to fix it, and you get a really really all-round training.
Yeah.
So this is part of it.
That's no kidding. That's fantastic. What anything stand out as like any sort of like favorite part of the training or?
Yeah, I mean, for every astronaut, it's when you train for EVA, extravehicular activity. So that's what you do in the suits. I don't know if you've seen it, but we have a huge pool in Houston.
Yeah.
It's in volume, it's one of the biggest, and you get underwater with the replica of the International Space Station, and it's amazing. So you get into a suit that weighs 150 kilograms.
Yeah.
And we spend up to 6 hours in it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty tough.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have a slightly better sense of it than others because I've pretended to do spacewalks in spacesuits for Stargate, and I was always grumpy about it because I always said like these things were meant for weightlessness, I'm not supposed to be wearing this on Earth.
Yeah. Everyone, they are designed to be functional. They're not designed to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And you get bruises everywhere. You get shoulder pain. I've seen people losing their nails.
Oh no! Oh God!
It's all sort of And I don't know how long you spend there. After 6 hours, you really want to get out.
I can't imagine. That's I always dreaded the spacewalk stuff because it's not pleasant. But that's amazing. So you're gonna get will you do any scuba diving? Will you do any swimming? I mean, any of that kind of part of that? Or I guess it's a bit cold for that, isn't it? But I mean, are you gonna be doing any of that stuff while you're on the boat?
Not that I know, but if they need volunteers.
You're hoping not.
I'm happy to jump. No, I'm hoping yes. I'll be up for that, but I don't think there's anything planned. It would be awesome though.
Yeah.
I love scuba diving, and it's something we do also as part of our training from time to time. So
yeah. And what are you? Do you have like a regime you have to keep while you're on the boat? Is there a sort of certain amount of like exercise and stuff you got to be doing while you're doing this?
Oh, I mean, we have to be fit and we have to do exercise. So I'll be trying. There's like a little tiny gym here. I'll be trying to keep it. But actually, we don't have a regime. We can eat whatever. Just every 3 months, they weigh us and we have like a doctor appointment and they check several things. And if something gets out of control, I think we would immediately have a plan to recover, right?
Right. Yeah, you got to stay away from those delicious-looking pastry things. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. I only had one lunch here, but it was very good.
That's it. That's gonna have to do you for the next journey. So, what
I need to
anything?
fit in the suit. So.
Do you have any specific projects that you're working on while you're on the boat? Are there any things you'll be doing specifically, or are you just sort of generally?
Yeah, generally participating. I'll be supporting everyone, right? I'll be doing the two guards that Craig talked about. So
Yeah.
yes, normal sailing stuff, and then I'll be supporting the students. I'll be delivering some lessons to them as well, and I'll be learning. I also brought the camera that we use on the International Space Station, so I will also use the time to practice photography.
Yeah. What is the camera they got you using?
So we got a Nikon C9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice to get familiar, to have the time to get familiar with all the settings and so on, because it's very hard to use it up there in the ISS. So auto mode doesn't work very well when you have like a very bright object with a very dark background.
Yeah.
The light from the ISS, it's very tricky. But it's also a very powerful tool for outreach.
That's great. Wow.
I
always love the photography. The photography stuff's really fun. You doing any video as well?
Yeah. I mean, we do videos, we do time lapses, and some of them are impressive. I can only recommend people to go and search for an aurora borealis scene from the ISS.
Oh,
when
yeah.
You see from the top, they are amazing. It's the most incredible place to watch on.
Really, you got to be dying to get up there.
Yeah. And it's not only that; it's like a tornado. I mean, hurricanes or volcanoes. So you can see everything from up there, right?
Yeah.
And all the phenomena and yeah. I mean, right now I'm dying for getting up there.
I had a chat with Rob Postuma last week, who is in charge of the 3D metal space printer. Basically, they've got a metal printer up there at the space station that they've been testing out. And it's hilarious the way he talks about the astronauts, watching the astronauts put this precious 3D printer into, in weightlessness or near, I guess, microgravity. Yeah,
and you can imagine we are the hands and the eyes of the scientists and the engineers building everything.
Yeah.
And they're, sometimes you're managing something that someone's put 15 years of his life on. And so you really need to make sure you don't mess up and you don't break anything.
You're going to be a wreck by the end of this.
So we participate in 200 to 250 different experiments throughout our 6 months in space.
Wow.
So, and they're all different. So you need to be really careful and really well trained to be able to do that.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite type of project that you're most interested in?
Not really. I think it's. I would really love to be able to participate in something that discovers the piece that is missing in a puzzle that helps solving a sickness on Earth. Loads of what we do is actually developing meds or learning more about our body or how our body recovers and so on. So that would be awesome if you can actually help people down here, right?
And in what way? What do you? I mean, I guess we've talked a little bit about biological printing, where they can, because of the microgravity, you can print things that wouldn't work on Earth. What other things are there from a medical standpoint?
So one of the is that things crystallize in a different way without in microgravity, right?
Right.
You can get better crystals. So that's applicable also for protein crystals. And that helps, for example, there's a company now manufacturing some drugs for AIDS in the States. And, you can only do that in microgravity because of how the crystals crystallize.
Really? The only way to create these protein crystals is to do them in near weightlessness.
Yeah, because you get them much bigger. For example, everyone has done the experiment of dissolving salt in water.
Yeah.
And then when the water evaporates, you create crystals, right? And depending on the noise and the movement or where you do it, You get bigger crystal or smaller crystals. When you take gravity out of the equation, you get much, much, much bigger crystals.
Oh,
So, and that's
wow.
applicable for medicines, but it's also applicable for materials. So,
Yeah.
material science is a big thing. You can do an alloy that you cannot manufacture on Earth because of you
Wow.
melt the metal, and then when it crystallizes, it's just different and more homogeneous.
Wow. Oh, man, I never even would have thought of that. That's amazing. So, and then this is, and I guess this is all stuff that is your plan. Your plan is to be at the International Space Station, right?
Yeah. That's the current plan.
Because we're winding down on the space station now, right? We're looking at other.
Yeah, it's the current plan is to have it orbiting Earth until 2030,
Hmm.
and then there will be other space stations, probably commercial. And we'll have to collaborate with these private companies.
Right.
But science in low Earth orbit is something amazing. We're taking out of everything the only variable that has been constant throughout human evolution, which is gravity. It's always
Yeah.
been the same.
Yeah.
When you take it out, amazing things happen. And,
Yeah.
that's what we need to explore.
That is so true. I never even thought of that. That's amazing. Well, okay, so that sounds like a passion project for you to some extent. How did you get into all this? Like, how did you? I mean, did you literally, like, as a kid, just look up and go, "I want to go up there," or what?
I did, of course, as any other kid. And if you had asked me at any point in my life, do you want to become an astronaut? I would say yes. But I also wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to play football. I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted
Right.
to be a sailor. I wanted to be everything, right?
Right. Right.
And then I studied aerospace engineering. I really love space, anything that flies. So I was working also with planes. And then one day I saw that ESA was actually looking for astronauts for
Yeah.
the first time in 14 years. And I thought, like, yeah, why not? Let's try. But it was no different to the feeling I had after sending my CV. It was like when you buy a lottery ticket.
Right.
It's like, what if? What if? And
Yeah.
23,000 people applied. And they got 5 professional astronauts out of
Wow.
these 23,000.
So what's the key? What do you think? What gets you that place?
So I think, and I talked to many people about it, including people in charge of the selection.
Hmm.
So first of all, you need to be normal, and that's
Ah,
the key thing.
that's good. Yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah.
We had more than 100 different tests,
Hmm.
and you need to be the weird case that is slightly above average in everything.
Right.
But
Right.
you don't have to be a genius in anything. You just need to be, a little like
Interesting.
normal in everything. And then you need to be very adaptable. So you
Right.
need to be, especially as we venture into the solar system and we have longer and longer missions and more and more problems.
Yeah.
You need to be able to live with another, with your crew for several months, maybe years in the future,
Yeah.
in a closed space with, comfortable, you'll be stressed, you'll have lots of problems, and that's another trait they look for, like teamwork, adaptability, and a good character,
Yeah.
Good,
So it's
easygoing,
well-rounded,
laid-back.
really. So it's a well-rounded person, as well as obviously being good at this stuff as well.
That's it. That's it. But you don't need to be a genius, on anything. Like just normal. Well-rounded is a personality without corners, in a
Right.
way.
What do they find that the geniuses are a little harder to work with? Is that the true,
I think
the weird
that can be
geniuses?
true to some extent, right? We've all met geniuses that are sometimes hard to deal with. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I
I run
played
into
one on
these
Stargate.
profiles
That
all
was
the time.
my role, was to be the obnoxious genius. Yeah. So yeah.
But you don't seem to be that in real life, huh?
I try not to be. Yeah. Because it's kind of the same with the acting. You don't want to be too much of a jerk, even if you're playing them. When did you actually when you applied for this? What are the stages you had to go through to get the final go ahead?
So we had several stages. So the first one, we were invited to do like several tests. It was one day in which we had 11 hours of testing. They tested everything, so maths, physics, English language. Then we
Wow.
had memory. We had, for example, one of the tests was there was a machine repeating a series of numbers like 3, 4, 5, 9, 3, 2, 1, 7, 8, and now tell me the numbers in the opposite order from
Oh,
backwards.
seriously? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
from
Okay,
the end
so
to the
yeah,
beginning.
I'm never being an
And
astronaut then.
we had another one about like orientation, hand to eye coordination, multitasking.
Right.
Yeah, and then we had a second phase in which it was more about psychological testing. Again, 11 hours.
Yeah.
And
11 hours
over
of
there we had
psychological testing.
11 hours.
That's enough to drive anyone crazy.
Yeah, like at the end of it, you are like, hey, do I really want to become an astronaut, or I just want to
I have
go
made a
home?
terrible life decision.
Yeah, and yeah, it was crazy. And then and over there you had also psychological tests, interview with a psychiatrist, interview with an astronaut who was deciding whether he would spend 6 months with you in a space station or not.
Oh, really?
Group dynamics. Group dynamic was very hard. Also, we had a test done. Really get on your nerves. It was like a communication exercise in which they were really testing whether you could lose your patience or not, and it was super well designed. So I saw people screaming to each other after that, which was something you
Really?
were not supposed to do. And
Interesting. So what they're engineering situations that will cause friction between people?
yeah, 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 yeah.
This
And
sounds like the best. This sounds like the best reality television show. Why has nobody made, so you want to be an astronaut or something? Oh, have we lost you? Oh, hey, Greg, how are you, man?
He's just next to me.
Oh, well, I've lost Pablo, but
Pablo.
thank you so much, sir. I just want to say thank you to Pablo for just a fantastic chat. It was just amazing.
He'll be coming back in a second. He's reconnecting us. I'm sorry.
No, not
He's
at all.
back.
I just wanted to make sure I got a chance to say thank you, Pablo, and good luck getting your sea legs and then getting up there onto the space station. That was just a wonderful chat. Thank you.
thank you, thank you.
Okay, David. I guess we're done.
We're done? Well, oh my God, this was like more than I could have ever dreamed of. Thank you so much. How do people get in touch? How do people get involved? If people want to throw money at you to get on board, where do people go to find this information?
If they go to the Statsraad Lehmkuhl site, it's lehmkuhl.co.
Okay.
You can find out what you need.
I'll put a link in the show notes. Yeah.
Well, this Ocean Training course for 2025 is in progress now. We'll probably do another one in 2028, 29. So
Right.
watch the ESA website and we'll do again. We've got blogs running there and news articles and web stories. So you can follow our progress.
Fantastic.
And you can see what we're up to.
And Pablo, what about you? How do people get in touch with you? If are you Instagramming and stuff? Are you doing the whole social media thing, or how do you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram.
I will be now for sure. Yeah.
Pablo Álvarez Astro. And,
Oh, very good. Okay.
Yeah, there are not many astronauts, so it's easy to find
That's
me.
good. It narrows it
And,
down. It's true.
I'll be posting everything about my training here, but also my training and my trip to space and
I
everything.
cannot
so my
wait.
journey.
Yeah, I expect lots of videos of how well you're doing the sea shanties that Craig's teaching. Guys, thank you so much, and please send my thanks to everyone who was involved in that, the captain and everything. Yeah, you guys are superstars. Thank you so much.
Take care, David.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Cheers.
Bye bye. So
I have stopped our our little Microsoft Teams thing. I just want to say thank you to everyone again. I will dig up all of the links for everybody so they've got them and they can follow up on themselves, because obviously just an amazing bunch of people. I cannot thank Craig and Pablo for being so patient this whole thing. I had no idea we had an astronaut sitting in the corner the entire time. And of course, Agni for making it all happen in the first place as well. So I will say until we geek again, be brave, be kind, be brilliant. Cheerio and huzzah! Thank you so much. I'm a genius. How freaking cool is this? Woohoo! All right. And of course, I've got to figure out how to sort of end this